Hey everybody, welcome back to WeLikeDota and the WeLikeDota Community Night. We are joining a game already in progress. We've got a cast of a lot of regulars and a few new faces. We have Huge Douche on the Dire side with Cheese Whiz, Dotpia Ursi, Welcome Ursinity, Dwarf SC, Best Served Cold. On the Radiant side we have Cheeks of Flappin' Busby, Retina Burn, Diddy Mitch, and Set Bellow. Good luck to all you guys. Hope we have a good game here. If you would like to play in one of these community nights, please feel free to join us. We play every Wednesday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually re-queue until a little bit before midnight as games end. Look for details on when we play and all of the WeLikeDota community goodness at WeLikeDota.reddit.com. And we also have a WeLikeDota tournament coming up. Details are also on the Reddit. And if you don't already listen to the podcast, it's easily searchable on iTunes under WeLikeDota, all one word. Bunch of great guys, great community. And you are certainly welcome to join us. So talking about the early picks and bans here, we've got Luna ban, Silencer ban, Techies ban, Viper ban. I have a feeling the Techies was a respect ban. Actually, I thought that would have gone against Diddy, because he's been favoring it, as you can see by his little Techies icon here. But it looks like they have been, or it looks like they wanted to ban that against the Dire side this game, which is a very interesting early ban. On the other hand, we have the Lion support pickup and the Undying pickup. Undying, of course, enjoying the early game strength that he's been so well known for in 6.84. And then on the other side of the table, we have Queen of Pain and Ogre Magi. Queen of Pain, an interesting first pick. They must really want that bad. He's not usually one of those heroes that you expect to play outside of the mid-roll. So they're really committing early to that. And correspondingly, since Dire hasn't picked up their mid pick, they're fishing for their mid by banning Sniper and now banning Ember. I think both of those are heroes that can give Queen of Pain a little bit of trouble for one reason or another, either range or just sheer janky mobility. Ember's really great for that, like his ability to throw out his what do you call them, the fire remnants, and being able to move to them quickly does allow him to dodge a lot of stuff, and Queen of Pain relying on the ability to blink in and nuke somebody, just eliminating that ability is pretty key. That being said, I think a Puck is also an effective mid against her, especially if somebody can play them well and use those jaunts and her ability. Her? Is Puck a her? I think the debate is still out. That is amazing to me, that gender is not specified in this game. I guess we're living in a new world. Welcome to 2015, people. But I have also heard it said that Puck is a pretty lady. So,
5 seconds.
Sorry, tangent. I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, Puck. Decent option against Queen of Pain here. Pardon me while I take a sip. Okay. Back to the game.
Needs assassin. Radiant's pick. Winter Wyvern.
That was a quick pickup of the WW. I guess is that they had that pick in mind even before the Knicks got brought out, and they didn't see any reason to change their plan, though. I think the Knicks was actually a strong pickup if they want to have early game presence, especially against the intelligence heroes there.
10 seconds to go.
For another bit of controversy, I don't know how to say Winter Wyvern, is it? I mean, that's what the voice said within the game, but I've always heard it said Wyvern, and I don't know what to make of that. So do with it what you will, but I will probably be calling it Wyvern for this game. It'll be interesting to see. I don't really see a lot of Winter Wyvern, but they are definitely a strong laner. My guess is that they wanted it against the Undying lane. Somebody who can stay pretty far back and deal a lot of harass damage. A lot of tricky abilities, especially, just in terms of the utilization with the Splinter Blast. That's actually one of the strongest laning abilities, and its ability to do a lot of damage by not targeting the hero itself. You don't want to target the hero, or rather, you don't want to target the unit that you want to do damage to. You want to target the units that are near the unit you want to do damage to when you fire the Splinter Blast. It's kind of weird. But that actually might be a good option against the Undying. Winter Wyvern does enjoy some good early game, and that is something at range even, and that is something you need against the Undying, especially with his decays. We've got an anti-mage, so they're going really heavy anti-int along the dire side picks here.
10 seconds to go.
We'll see if it pays off. And correspondingly on the Radiant side, they did go off the int train and are now on Spirit Breaker. It's an interesting pickup. I guess it's something to counter the Nyx. Like, if you can spot a Nyx when the Nyx pops out for a gank, I think it's a little bit, dare I say, too late, because he's probably murdered a target. But if you can spot him before he's able to go back into his invis mode and charge him across the map and carry a dust on that Spirit Breaker, that's actually decent.
5 seconds.
I mean, you're shutting him down kind of after the fact, so that might be a little bit too, I don't know. I guess too responsive, I guess. Words fail me, but rather than being active, that is to say. But
10 seconds
at least it's an answer.
Dyer's pick.
My fear is that this lineup will actually be a little passive. The Ogre Magi, the Winter Wyvern, and the Spirit Breaker. You wouldn't think that, but the way that it'll play out against the aggression in the early game might be dangerous. The Anti-Mage, of course, being really late game, though. I mean, who knows how that'll play out. There's a Lesh. So again, more early game power. So I don't know if this is going to be, like, create space for the Anti-Mage to farm and then take over late game. That's certainly possible. I mean, these heroes don't offer a lot in the late game. Spirit Breaker, Queen of Pain, they do tend to drop off.
10 seconds to
But
go.
they do still have their carry option here.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
Sven stands ready.
We've got a Sven carry. My guess is both teams are just going to try to make space for their carry, so it's almost a 4 protect 1 on each side. This game's almost guaranteed to go long. Well, so buckle your seatbelts, folks, because it's going to be a long one. Unless something really, really interesting happens. Okay, so on the Dire side, we have Ursinity on Anti-Mage. Dwarf SC is on Leshrac. Huge Douche is on Undying. Best Served Cold is on Lion. And Cheese Whiz is on Nyx Assassin. And for the Courier, they have a Little Doom. Nice. Well played. On the Radiant side, we have Set Bellow on the Queen of Pain, of course, going mid. Busby is on Ogre Magi. Interesting Busby. So carry Ogre Magi, maybe? Retina Burn is on the Spirit Breaker. We have Cheeks of Flappin on Winter Wyvern, and Diddy Mitch on the Sven. And the Sven, of course, is going a farming build. He's got that Quelling Blade. Let's see. Where's the Anti-Mage? Ooh, nice set.
30
Kind of a
seconds to
standard
show
loadout
time.
for his initial items. We're queuing up for a little bit of a fight at the runes, or just the top rune, actually. Pop trading a dagger. Lion just juking a little bit. Anti-Mage following up. We do have 4 queued at top. 3 queued from the Radiant side on bottom, so Radiant will definitely get the bottom rune. That's uncontested, but with 4 top, it looks like Anti-Mage is going to get the top rune. Okay, or Leshrac. Leshrac gets the top rune, Sven gets the bottom rune.
High hopes for this one.
See if we have any early wards here. Yes, we do, in fact, blocking the pole camp on this side. So a deep ward there, placed by the Cheese Whiz. The Cheese Whiz. Makes him sound like the product he is. Oh, Cheese Whiz, you slay me. So we've got a solo Nyx Assassin. Going to be rather passive in this lane, especially with the Winter Wyvern there. We've got a dry lane from the Radiant side bottom. We've got Winter Wyvern, Sven, and the, a jungle Ogre Magi. I see. So that's actually a great ward against that jungle. Going to make his job a little bit more difficult. The Winter Wyvern is zoning for the Sven. In the top lane, we've got the Undying and the Anti-Mage. The Undying being a lane support, giving Anti-Mage the space to farm, but Spiritbreaker now in trouble. He will walk away. The Anti-Mage just concentrating on the farm. We have a jungle Lion. For the mid contest, we've got the Lesh versus the Quap. An interesting couple of heroes to have at mid. Busby rotating in for the gank at mid. Now Lesh is in trouble, needs to get back. He's under the slow from the Ogre Magi. He's still in trouble. There comes the blink. And although harassing with a little bit of lightning damage, not enough to bring down the Quap, so he's going to fall, and that's going to be an early gank on the Lesh. That's going to hurt a little bit, but I'm sure he will be right back to mid in just a second. So the Nyx actually pulling a little bit of harass damage, trading a little bit with the Sven. Sven pulls the stun, he's going to dive a little bit, but we've got too much creep equilibrium here. Dire side pushing up a little bit. Cheesewiz has to lane back, but Nyx is going to be okay. Winter Wyvern following behind the Sven. I think it would be better if the lane support were up closer zoning. But I think he's positioning for a gank. Okay. We'll check on that in a little bit. Undying doing his thing, throwing down a couple of decays. See how many stacks we have on the Spirit Breaker. We have 2 stacks, one about to fade. Creep Equilibrium is coming back very strongly, and that's probably because of Lion here. He's probably been pulling. We've got an Equilibrium all the way back here behind the tier 1. Which leaves this poor Spirit Breaker with nothing to do. Can't really push into 3 heroes, it's really dangerous, especially with the 3 heroes that are here. Lion with his multiple stuns, and the Undying with his decay spam. Undying now getting into position, running his side shop. Here comes the decay, I'm sure. Spirit Breaker throws a short range charge so that he can get the space to get out. There's a Cold Embrace to heal up the Sven. Good timing, so we didn't really have to miss out on some last hitting. So some very safe laning. We've got the safe tri-lanes in both the Dire and Radiant sides. Again, for this 4 protect 1 strat. And that's what makes me think this game is going to go long, because both sides are going to play to allow their carries to farm as much as possible, as safely as possible, just zoning when they can. And since they're both up against solo off lanes, it's actually going to be pretty easy for them to maintain that equilibrium. I think the difference will be had in these ganks. We see we've got a gank in the wait from Ogre Magi, waiting to go in on this Leshrac again.
You are a true friend.
Waiting for him to come up, but I think the Leshrac knows something's fishy. He's staying back. No, he's tempted. He's tempted to put in some denies or try to find some farm. Busby showing an enormous amount of patience. Just waiting for that lane to push. He's probably told Quap to lane back a little bit and let the lane push so that the Leshrac will come up. Just waiting. Just pacing back and forth. Pacing, pacing, pacing. He's going to go in. Here they go. Quap throws down some damage. Split Earth misses.
Radiant's bottom towers seen better days.
Patience has run out, so Ogre Magi is going to pick up a rune.
Swiftly out of balance.
Unless Leshrac or Quap get really out of control farmed, they actually probably won't have too much of an impact on this game. I think, in general, this is going to be down to the carries. And if that's the case, we've got an anti-mage versus a Sven. Oh, here's a dangerous position. The Undying's caught between the Ogre Magi and the Spearbreaker, and will fall. A good rotation from the Ogre Magi, looking for the ganks, making productive use of his time. One of those things about being a rotating support is you need to make that rotation time profitable, which is difficult because when you're roaming, you're losing out on XP and gold. But you just have to have that patience, have to know when to go in, and have to know which targets to call for a gank on. Because if you don't find profit somewhere, you're actually going to lose out. Getting underleveled and underfarmed is no joke. Here's a charge coming in on Lesh. Spirit Breaker's coming across the map. We've got the Ogre Magi in position and the Quap ready to go. There comes the blink, a lot of damage, and a quick kill on the Lesh. Radiant doing everything they can to make Leshrac's life miserable. Sorry, Lesh. I'm sure he'll come back. We're always optimistic here.
Dire's mid towers having technical difficulties.
The only problem here is the amount of space that they create by ganking the mid does not translate into the difference in the late game, because Anti-Mage is still farming away and the Sven is still farming away in completely opposite lanes. Now here, though, we have a rotation. We've got the Queen of Pain on an invisibility rune, looking for an opportunity to kill the carry. Here comes the charge. And they're not going to go for it, but now Spearbreaker's kind of stuck. Quap has to go to save him. There's a lot of burst damage. Yep, Undying, of course, doing his thing. He's deceptive because he switches the balance of health so far with his purges and also with his with his decays and also with his other ability. What was that again? I forget names. Oh, he died. Interesting. Soul Rip. Yes. Oh my goodness. Words failing. But his Soul Rip with that deceptive heal and the way that it drains everybody around him. actually switches the scale so that it's, you don't really know how much health you're working with. Oh, I'm sorry. I moved the camera away as soon as that was relevant, but the next assassin will get away with his invisibility. Now a bit of push from the Quap. Nick's rolling back. Vendetta's gonna run out in just a second, so he has to be in the trees.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
Bottling furiously so that he can go in and contest this. Flop looking for a blink or to push. She doesn't care which. Doesn't have her ult, but she can still deal a lot of damage. Also, probably wouldn't mind trading with a dagger or two. Gotta push at top here. Anti-Mage is just looking to farm, though. Really needs to get to the late game. Once he can get to Battle Fury, he'll be able to farm, flash farm very quickly. I think that's all he's angling for right now.
The Dyer couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
Undisturbed farm is Anti-Mage's best friend.
Dyer's top tower's getting beat down.
We've got another rotation top, but it's spied out by the Nyx.
Someone's having technical difficulties.
And technical difficulties from the Lesh means that we're going to go to a pause. In the meantime, we might as well look around and see what we've got here for effigies. We've got FF from Best Surf Gold. Nice. Got a Superman from Dwarf SC. Thomas Edison was a witch. I can't refute that. That's probably true, guys. Purify from Omni Knight, sure. On the Radiant side, oh look at this. Cheeks of Flappin with his IO. You know, you don't really notice the tethers to his little light show until you see it in effigy form. So that's kind of cool. 280 move speed. Is that still true? Watch your step by Didymich. Sure. Gotta celebrate the techies. I do like how it's three-dimensional and that log is like way up in the air. And balance in all things. Okay. Very zen. Nice. So it's still anyone's game. Everybody's KDAs are relatively equal. WAP is leading the charge a little bit. My concern here is that I think the Radiant side is falling a little bit behind in levels. I can't see Lesh's level right now, of course, and he's been ganked a few times, so I expect his to be a little lower. Actually, that being the case, I take that back. I don't think Radiant is behind in levels. Ignore everything I say, I don't understand this game. The important thing, of course, is the Anti-Mage and the Sven are relatively equal. Let's see how their net worth is shaping up. Yeah, relatively equal so far. See what kind of items they're sporting. It's a good thing I can scroll around when paused. Anti-Mage, currently on Perseverance and Quelling Blade. Angling towards that Battle Fury. Needs his Claymore, needs his Broadsword. Another 2600. He might have some of that banked already. Yeah, he's got 778. Alright, let's see how the Sven's doing, eh? You're not Sven. You're Sven. Oh, in the jungle. Sneaky git. Okay, so what is Sven going for? Also on the Quelling Blade, but I don't see him building its Battle Fury. But he already has his cleave eventually. So not his typical build anyway. Good then. Might be going Mask of Madness. Does have lifesteal, does help accelerate his farm. Or at least reduce the amount of time he has to go back to base to heal. Or find some other means of healing. A little bit of strategy under pause. We've got the king out here in the middle of the jungle, which is interesting. So bunny. Okay. Oh, we're in a conversation. Nice. Oh, well, if he's got the dumbest looking set. Well, let me go look. Um. Nice. Blind, 2 scarves, and something something. But I like his blades. Blades in a ponytail. Kind of like Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. He's just got a blindfold on so that he can go and knock stuff down using his inner eye or something. I'm gonna check and see if I can get a hold of the player that's currently missing. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna have to either go or remake. Hmm. So he was under a power outage, so Dwarf SC is coming back. Almost there. Here he is. Back? Is he back? It still shows disconnected. Never mind. Should be coming back any second. Apologies for the delay, everyone. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, please do take a moment, if you will, to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at WeLikeDota. Do appreciate any follows. Plus, then, I can keep you up to date on the latest bunny pictures and shenanigans.
All right, carry on.
Okay, I completely forgot what this game was, but we've got a charge on Anti-Mage, so that should be interesting. Oh, all the way from bottom. He may cancel that. Might just be something he's doing to get in position. That's one nice thing about Spirit Breaker. In order to get back, you can charge target and cancel. Don't really even lose anything, since you're still under regen when you leave base for a little bit. Those scarves, man. Nice kid. We have a rotation here. Leshrac coming to top. We've got 4v2. We now have a TP and a tower. Lion also coming in for his stuns. Quap is going to blink out, but that leaves Spirit Breaker trapped. He's in the middle of 4 of them. Taking a lot of damage. Gets caught by the splitter to finish. Actually, Anti-Mage got him. And looks like Anti-Mage got him with a right click. That's actually the ideal thing for the Dire side to have their late game hard carry get the kill. Well, I guess from the mechanics in 6.84 it's not as significant, since gold and experience I think spread around a little bit more than they used to in 6.83 or previous editions. With that, they're pushing up on tower, threatening the Quap. Quap can, of course, blink out. We have a charge on the Leshrac, so Spirit Breaker's coming back. Hits him with a collision. There comes the ult. Spirit Breaker probably soul ripping to heal the Lesh, I think. Good team play. And now they're hiding in the woods. There's a charge. Spirit Breaker's charging way past the Ancients. He's on the way to mid. No, on the way to bottom. Here we go. Here's the charge on Nyx. Does he have Dust? No. Does Nyx have Vendetta? Nope. Okay, well he canceled before he got to the tower anyway, so I guess all of that was irrelevant. With that, 4 Dire side heroes pushing at top lane. That tower's real low, and with the Quap blinking out, that's uncontested, so gonna get that. The Tombstone looking to slow. Oh, he's in trouble. He's a little low, even for an Undying. He's under a charge, will fall. Charge transfers to a creep. Anti-Mage still going for it. Going to hit the Ogre Magi, now going on the Quap. Quap blinks out. Blink to chase. under a bottle charge. The bottle charge does complete, and the Spirit Breaker helps to finish off the Anti-Mage. So, overall, that fight was a little rough. Not sure if it was worth, but it was a deep dive. Trying to continue the fight. All very reasonable plays, but it's interesting the positional plays between the large amount of blinks versus the charge. People coming in from all angles makes it difficult to calculate a combat. In the meantime, this Sven is just farming away. Doing the best he can to, yeah, he's got his Mask of Madness here. He's got his Stormhammer maxed and his Warcry maxed. Still trailing behind Anti-Mage a little bit in farm. But not by too much. And it takes Anti-Mage quite a ridiculous amount of farm to get into the game. There's a charge on the Lion. The Lion's also heading to bottom. Cheeks under a cold embrace trying to heal, but he's really surrounded, and with that stun that's going to seal his fate. Spirit Breaker cancels the charge, walks back to mid. Now at 7 kills Radiant versus 8 kills Dire. Pretty close game. Map position roughly equal. Is the Sven going to find the Lion and vice versa? The Lion and Sven definitely see each other, but they're just going to walk around instead. There comes the stun. There comes the Hex. Lion's going for it. Going to suck some mana out and not really engage without the team, I think. So Sven's on the run under Warcry. Not really an escape, but it does increase his movement speed, so I guess it can help. As long as you have enough lead distance. I don't think it saves you in a really dicey position, but it definitely does improve your ability to escape some borderline positions. Bob farming the free bottom lane. Dire masked at mid. Looking for a fight or a push. Looks like they want to push here, trying to take mid tower. Mid tower has very little damage on it so far. There's the Splinter Blast coming in. That's the thing that makes Winter Wyvern such a valuable laner. A lot of lightning damage from Lesh. TP in response. Looks like we're maxing for a big team fight here. Lion's on the run. Sven's getting a little low, caught under Splitter. In the meantime, the fight extends. Got Winter Wyvern and Spirit Breaker at mid. Spirit Breaker trying to get back out, but doesn't make it in time before Anti-Mage is able to come down. I think that was Anti-Mage that got it. I could be mistaken. Anyway. There's a scream from Queen of Pain. And Anti-Mage does finish the job there before getting back. So overall, looks like we had 3 versus 2. 3 kills on the Radiant side and 2 kills on the Dire side.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Roughly an even trade, except Anti-Mage is still standing at the end of the fight, and that's not a great thing for the Radiant side because, again, this is going to go to late game most likely, with the 2 late game carries being the most influential factors. I gotta say, I think I kind of like this Anti-Mage a little bit better. If you're going to go for Protect 1, I think he's the harder late game carry. Spirit Breaker on the charge. Going on the Anti-Mage. The Anti-Mage blinks. It doesn't break the charge, though. Still got to get back, and he's still really low. He's blinking again. He does have a little bit of protection. There comes the ultimate. Here comes a Tombstone in response. Looks like they want to punish this Spirit Breaker for charging in, and they are able to do so. The Undying, with his early game power, able to save the Anti-Mage, and not only that, but turn it around on the Spirit Breaker. That's really punishing. If you can punish him for those early game charges, he really can't scale up well enough to be a threat. Good Sentry Ward. Nick's fading out. He's out of range of it now. Good rotations, good stuns.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower. Dire's top tower.
I'm impressed with the way that Radiant is playing this vision game. Having these observers on high ground is really key, especially against a late game carry that has to farm so much. So recognizing that the game's got to shift to that fashion, controlling vision in the available farming jungle lanes is actually really important. This is actually a really dangerous place for the Snicks to be, but they're going to go for it anyway. They're able to cut down the Quap. Here comes a charge in response. The ultimate goes on the anti-mage because they really want to cut him down, but as a result, the Nyx might get out. There's the Hex, anti-mage trying to punish the Ogre Magi. Nyx hanging around. Here comes a charge on the anti-mage, still trying to focus him every chance they get. But problem is, of course, with the Split Earth, that they're going to punish that Spirit Breaker again. Winter Wyvern backs out wisely. And that means that for their trouble, unfortunately, the Radiant are going to lose 3 heroes and not really stop the anti-mage. That's going to spell a lot of trouble for them coming up. So here's Sven, farming away as quickly as he can, but you can see he's falling behind on the net worth chart. He's at 7k net worth, where the anti-mage is at 10.3.
Now take that.
That's really a bad problem because anti-mage, actually, once he has Battle Fury, can rice the jungle really quickly. And he's just going to keep scaling his net worth out of control. In essence, that is why this vision is so key, but unless you can actually cap him off and kill him, you're not really slowing him down any just by watching him farm. Okay, well, while he's off farming, let's see what everybody else is doing. Then, of course, on Mask of Madness, now on Cleave. He's going to try to catch up in this farm game.
My thanks.
Now Anti-Mage strong enough to take the Ancients. And he's got a triple stack there. That is a lot of golden experience. Spirit Breaker around the charge. Bold, but he's going to have to back out. Queen of Pain looking to just harass from the outside edge and retreat. Not sure that was worth the ult in that position, but playing Quap is tricky. I can't say that I play her any better than Setbello here. It's again one of those, and I've talked about it before, but it's one of those situations where when you're playing Queen of Pain, you have to like watch the opponent's health bars and know numerically when you can blink in and kill somebody, just murder them and get out. But that being the case, throwing an ult in from the outside edge is not generally the way to gain an advantage. You have to be able to move in and kill somebody and then get out. Anti-Mage just ricing the jungle some more. And Sven now going probably for a BKB. Oh, there's a deep charge from Spirit Breaker. Oh my goodness. That is scary deep. I mean, you had the Queen of Pain there as well, but I don't think this gank squad is working for the Radiant side. I think they probably can't charge that deep against the team. Because then they just drop Tombstone, and look at this. Like, Undying in his ult form. Oh, he does get cut down by Diddy Mitch. Nice play, but they are trading. We have 3 dire losses against the one on the... Or, I mean, 4. 4 Radiant losses against the one on the dire side. That just wasn't worth, especially when the Radiant initiated that fight. The dangerous thing about Spirit Breaker, if he falls behind, his mechanics are such that he can't really catch up very well. He doesn't flash farm jungle. He doesn't lane particularly well. He just needs to stay ahead. Look at that. Wow, 7 hit points when they glyphed. So, precise glyphing. Well done, Radiant. But, yeah, as I was saying, like, you just can't. I mean, Spirit Breaker as an initiator is great, and Quap has the ability to jump in, but they can't really 2-man versus 4 or more. And, I know they... Oh, nice. So Quap able to pick off the Lion. And now the rest of the team coming in on the chase. Anti-Mage in trouble. He's stunned by the... Oh, there's a split earth, but still, they're able to cap the Anti-Mage. That was huge for them. So big. They really needed that. Ogre Magi is going to fall on the return. Here comes another charge. That was the right time to charge. Catches the Leshrac. Stuns him down. Ooh, big hit from the Winter Wyvern, locking him down in time for them to cap him off. And now also pulling the pulling the Undying down. Now we've got a charge going to the Nyx. Yep, dust. Nope, still no dust. Nyx has his Vendetta on cooldown though, so won't really play an effect. Leshrac rotating in. Split Earth does not connect. So now he's hugging tower wisely. The charge to bottom lane looks like he's going to defend and try to pick up some farm as Spirit Breaker. Split Earth does connect against a Winter Wyvern, but Winter Wyvern under Cold Embrace. He's got his Diabolic Edict up. Retreating under tower though. So quick responses from Dire, even though they lost a pretty important team fight, giving the Radiant side a window to climb in, even though the door was almost shut. Let's see how everybody's shaping up in levels. We've got Quap on 16, Sven on 15, Leshrac on 15, and the Anti-Mage is on 17. So definitely in this this position where the late game carries are going to have the greatest effect in terms of level progression, which is where both teams were angling to be honest. But at the same time, the Anti-Mage is so far ahead right now that that's a scary position to be in. And that being the case, that actually makes it very difficult for the Quap and the Spirit Breaker to initiate together like that. They're going to have to work on picking off more solo targets, or basically supporting their Sven and allowing him to farm. Good deep ward by the Ogre Magi. Now circling back through Secret Shot, they're going to run into the Lion. Here they come with the stun and the slow.
Somebody's cooking.
So a big kill there. Nyx Assassin on the chase. So able to get a pick off on the Lion and get out, which is nice for them. Spirit Breaker using his charges to get some mobility around the map. In the meantime, though, this Anti-Mage is still free farming. He's on level 18. He's almost assuredly going to be the first one to 25. He's got Manta now as well. Just this uncontested jungling is going to be a real problem for Radiant come, oh, I don't know. I would say another, really another 5 to 10 minutes. It takes so much farming for him to come online, but once he does, it's just impossible to kill him. Then going Crystallis. Crystallis? Yes, Crystallis. I couldn't remember if there was a T in there.
I'll take that.
This is such a heavy farming game. A few weird skirmishes here and there, a few weird initiations, but overall just a contest between the hard carries in terms of farming. And Sven, while he farms pretty quickly with his Great Cleave, I think the Anti-Mage just comes online a little bit, ironically, faster. Or at least once he gets his kit, he farms faster. Oh, good split Earth into a Finger of Death. Spells the end of Winter Wyvern. Now there's another engagement here on this Sven. Sven in trouble, caught in 5. Means he's gonna fall as well. That's a huge loss actually for the Radiant. Wyvern. Oh, did I miss Wyvern? Oh, that was the Queen of Pain earlier. I apologize. Winter Wyvern now falling. Spearbreaker has to back up, but not in time before Anti-Mage can cut him down. Now Ogre Magi on the run because Anti-Mage backing him up. Leshrac able to get out because of the Yule Scepter defense. Anti-Mage just farming away. Doesn't even pop Manta. Doesn't need it. He's going to use his Manta to push instead. Now team for Radiant is down. Buyback only available on 2. Here comes the Manta so that they can push the tower. They should be able to get racks here as well. Even with the glyph, I think they'll still be able to pull down the barracks. Probably have to back out now.
There goes the Radiant's mid-rags. The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Comes the defense. There's a deep charge on the Undying. Looks like the Spearbreaker's going to connect an ult. Going to keep going on it. Rest of the team trying to come in. Nope. The rotation from Nyx. Ooh, big scream from the Queen of Pain on the Undying means that the Undying's going to go down. And it looks like they were able to knock down Tombstone before they had too much of an effect on its team. They were able to get out and take some profit from that. Well played, Radiant. And Sven is back to farming. You can see on the net worth chart, though, Anti-Mage is almost double what Sven is now. And that's not just from the teamfights, but just from the farming potential.
There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
I think if you're going to go for Protect 1, that just Sven just can't compete with the Anti-Mage. I mean, it's nice that Sven has an ability that allows him to cleave, but Anti-Mage has 2 aces in the pocket in terms of like his ability to blink and his ability to cleave once he gets the Battle Fury, which is core to his lineup, which really allows him to flash from the jungle just faster than the Sven can. Got another charge. There's just done some creeps. Just to push a lane. But now the Dire side's coming in, invading jungle. Lion to initiate. There comes a Finger of Death on the Sven to initiate. They really want to catch him out. BKB. Means that Lion can't really do much. He's got to run, but he's going to get cut down. Especially with the Undying. They're going to fight here. Glitter connects. Anti-Mage comes in. Is able to cap off the Winter Wyvern. Rotates to the right. Catches the Sven and kills him. They're going to roll left. Their targets now, looks like they have evaded them. Spirit Breaker charging to top. But this gives them an opportunity. They'll probably push bottom.
Can't do nothing about dire structures right now.
Got a TP back to defend the top tower from the Lion. Queen of Pain going on the Lion. Does a Scream and a Dagger. Means that's going to be the end, but here comes the TP in response from the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage now going on the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain blinks out, but got the charge from the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker, of course, can't contest the Anti-Mage at this point. So will fall as soon as Blink comes up. And that's going to be the end of the Spirit Breaker.
Pretty sight right now. Radiant's bottom tower's done.
This, of course, being the problem that Anti-Mage is at the point with Skull Basher, Manta, Battle Fury, that Anti-Mage can actually fight right now. He's not just in the farming portion of his game. We're at 35 minutes, but got lifesteal and a bunch of damage, as well as pushing potential from Manta, so he can actually end the game at his current status level. Orchid, a good pickup on the Quap here. I mean, especially against the team that's all skill dependent, it's actually a good pickup. But you really need to pop in and murder somebody, and I just don't really see that happening. Especially since they're grouping up so much on the dire side. They do have vision. Dire side going for Roche.
Somebody's cooking.
That's pretty cool. You've got the Nyx Assassin playing all StarCraft and burrowing. That, of course, being his Ag's ability, right? So maybe they won't complete the Roche because they see the rotation from Radiant coming into the jungle, invading jungle. But they're only invading as 3, and that will be probably a fatal mistake. Here comes Leshrac leading with the Yules. It's going to be a big team fight. And by big, I mean murder. That leaves the Sven and the Spirit Breaker be the ones to hold down the fort, but I'm not sure they can do it by themselves. My guess is if Dire pushed right now, they'd be able to actually just take it, but instead they're probably going to go Roche here. Roche does have a little damage applied. They have a DD rune. Put on a bottle, yes. Looks like in the meantime Anti-Mage was able to kill the Sven. That's pretty much GG right there, since we're going to late game carries. Sven can't compete. Pick up an Aegis on the Lesh, because why not? As soon as they decide to fight as 5, this is going to be all she wrote. Got a DD and invisibility on this Nyx, just looking to kill somebody. Probably going on the Quap soon. There. And now rolling on the Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern under Icy Embrace, but still gonna fall. Here comes Tombstone. Tombstone a little bit back, but it won't matter. Should be able to take tier 4s here, and then the Ancient. Probably a GG call in just a second. So GG. That's gonna be the end of that game. Thanks for joining us, guys. Definitely appreciate the views. Please give me a like on YouTube if you like. That's redundant, I suppose. But definitely thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next game. And good luck in your own. Have a good night.